Mic check. 1 2 1 2. British Grand Prix. Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2022 British Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then you've got to get yourself subscribed because I'm live for every single qualifying and every single race from the Formula 1 World Championship, and this is round 10. This is the home race. This is the big race. This is Lewis Hamilton's race, 8-time winner, but only starts P5 on the grid today. At the front is Carlos Sainz with his first ever pole position from yesterday. What a lap out of nowhere. It was 2.2 seconds off the pace, and then in the last minute, bang, pole position for Carlos Sainz. What can he do? Championship leader Max Verstappen starts alongside him in P2 on the grid with Charles Leclerc in the other Ferrari. P3, you've got Perez 4th, Hamilton 5th, Lando Norris 6th, and George Russell in the other Mercedes P8. What can he do from there? He's got to improve if he wants to keep up his top 5 record that he's got this season. But who have we got in the chat for the British Grand Prix straight out of the box then? Joining us early on is Chris Poundcoin. Welcome in, bro, as always. Ernesto, welcome in. Donald, welcome to the stream. And yeah, Ryan Tune is in as well. Welcome, Ryan Tune. Tax is in as well. Anto, all right. Anto, how are we doing? I am buzzing for the British Grand Prix. Round 10. You know, I can't believe, I said this in Canada, I can't believe we're like halfway through the season. What is going on? Like, it's gone so quick. All of a sudden, boom, we're at like halfway. This is round 10 of 22. Like, this is it. Like, we're in the meat and potatoes of the season now. You know, early races are done. What can Mercedes do? You know, Lewis has got to be gunning for a podium here. You know, he might be starting P5, but I fancy Lewis. I fancy Lewis to go all out for a podium today. I mean, obviously they do every week, but you know, when you're in front of your home crowd, he's an 8-time winner around here. He'll just give him that little extra boost. And Lando as well, starting from 6th. You know, seeing him here on screen in the build-up. What can Lando do? Can Lando pull something out of the bag? I was watching the build-up then, Lando saying, I'm going for the win. No, that would be pandemonium. That would be pandemonium if Lando Norris pulled off something like that. But is it about Ferrari versus Red Bull? Or can Mercedes get in the mix? I think that's the real story. We've got Nicky Latifi in the top 10. What a qualifying session it was yesterday in mixed conditions. I don't know if there's going to be any rain today because as they were talking then about half an hour ago, there was a few spits of rain. Actually, I had a different background image set up for this race. I had it full blue skies, red arrows going over. I had a full like perfect British summer's day as a background, but that got put in the bin about half an hour ago. I was like, nah. He's got to be. I've got to represent the real weather, and the real weather is a grey Sunday afternoon in Northamptonshire. But yeah, that's how it is. And will we get any rain? I don't know. A sprinkling, I wouldn't say no. But too much rain, it can be disaster. But a sprinkling of rain, bring it on. So yeah, what we're saying, guys, predictions for who's going to win the race. You know, I think realistically, obviously, Max Verstappen is looking strong, man. I mean, if Max gets ahead of Sainz early on, I don't know how. Like, Sainz has got to keep Max behind in the early laps. Like, if Sainz is still leading by like lap 10 or something like that, if Sainz can keep Verstappen behind for the first like dozen laps, then that'll be really interesting. That'll be like, oh right, okay, Sainz can genuinely win this now. But if Max like leads into turn one, you know, then it could be a bit of a domination thing. But hopefully not. Hopefully we get a few cars fighting for the win. And yeah, F1 theme tunes on, so I'm getting full hype mode, guys. Oh, British Grand Prix. Right, let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. Bomb, bomb, bomb. In fact, you know what? I'm going to change the channel to... yeah, we're a couple of seconds ahead on this channel. So, yeah, we don't want to be behind, do we? Well, they're saying sunny Silverstone, but I don't back that. It looks cloudy to me. Let me just get everything cushy. That's better. Need more slack. Right, we're sorted. Oh, guys, British Grand Prix. You see the incident in F2, man. The halo saved a life this morning. If people haven't seen it, obviously Chris has seen it. They added this halo device to Formula 1 and Formula 2 cars in, I think, 2017. And it's like this metal. You've seen it round the driver's head. And it saved a life today. It's when it first come in, everyone was like, "Oh, it's ugly. What's the halo doing on the cars?" But there was an incident in Formula 2 this morning, and a driver's basically gone right across another car. But they've got to get rid of these sausage curbs. That's caused by these sausage curbs. And if you're out of control, like the guy had like a broken front suspension or puncture or something, lost control and went straight into the sausage curb and just launches you into the air, and that's just putting lives at risk. Like you can't, like these sausage curbs have got to be. It's not the one. But yeah, Halo coming in clutch, saving potentially a driver's life earlier on. So that was a big crash. But yeah, hello Donald, how we doing? Martin's in. Welcome to the stream, Martin. Max Winday. Yeah, so here's a rundown of the grid then. So it's Lance Stroll 20th and last, with Mick Schumacher on the back row as well, 19th. Vettel 18th. Kevin Magnussen 17th. Both Hasses in the bottom four. That's not good. Alexander Albon P16. Esteban Ocon is 15th then. Danny Rick P14. I said this is a big second half of the season for Danny Rick. Yuki Tsunoda then 13th. Bottas P12, just out of the top 10 there. Pierre Gasly. Nicholas Latifi P10 for the first time in his career. Zhou Guan Yu, really impressive, P9. George Russell 8th, he'd be looking to improve from there. Alonso 7th, what can he do at the start? Ooh, Fernando's going to be feisty. Lando Norris P6. Hamilton 5th. Sergio Perez in the top 4 then, alongside Charles Leclerc, who starts 3rd. And the front row is championship leader Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz on pole position for the first time in his career. Oh my god, I'm absolutely, we're on it. Max Winday, come on Max. Are you Max fan, is it, Martin? Yeah, we'll see how it goes. See what Lewis can do from P5 is my... I'd love to see Lewis come through and to see a quick Mercedes. We saw hints of it, but I'd love to see people that have analysed, like on the Friday practice too. They were doing like long run pace. They were doing like simulations of the race, and people that look into all that data are saying Mercedes have got good race pace. So, big up for that. I'd love to see Mercedes be strong in this race. They might have been a little bit off it in a wet qualifying, but can they come through? Can they? Can Lewis keep up with the? I'd love to see Lewis keep up with the Red Bulls and the Ferraris. That would be a good sign going into the second half of the season. But yeah, tyre blankets are off, and we're about to get this formation lap underway in a minute or two. Oh wow! Yeah. Drop like, guys. Drop a like if you are enjoying the stream. Obviously, the start of the race is coming up in the next couple of minutes. And then we're underway, man. We are underway. And if you are a fan of Formula 1, if you're new to this channel, get yourself subscribed. But yeah, here we go then, and they're away for the formation lap. Right, let me check the live timings are on the thing. Now you have to let me know after the first lap or two if the live timings are working. I have no idea if that's going to update correctly, but it should do. He certainly got the grid right. Anyway, Sainz, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, Norris, Alonso, Russell, Zhou Guanyu and Latifi. So that is a correct top 10 anyway. But yeah, so he predicted a 2-stop strategy then, which I'm sure they've been pulling off 1-stop strategies in the past round here. But yes, Sainz first ever pole position. Can he lead at the end of lap 1? You know, I said before, if he can lead in the early stages up until that first pit stop, if you can keep Max behind him, mega. And look at that then, Hamilton and Lando Norris P5 and 6 alongside each other for the start. Be careful, guys, because they're the two British hopes really, along with George Russell starting P8. Obviously George Russell as well, not finished outside the top 5 yet this season, so he's got to make up a few positions if he wants to keep that record up. Looking at the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull with 304 points, Ferrari nearly 100 points behind that on 228, and Mercedes in 3rd in the Constructors at the minute. And you know what I was saying the other day, I fancy Alpine to beat McLaren in the Constructors' Championship this year. I think Alpine are dark horses, and I think you're going to see some consistency with Alonso picking up form and Ocon probably the most underrated driver on the grid as well. But yeah, we're lining up. We're nearly lined up. Oh my god. Hopefully the live timings are sweet. I'll get the green flag on now. I'm started. No, because I'm not clicking the green flag thing once we're underway, innit? Oh, here we go. Tom Cruise looks on from the Mercedes pit garage. Oh my god. Verstappen's lined up. Here we go then. So it's Sainz for Verstappen front row. Has there ever been a Sainz Verstappen front row? I don't think so. Right. Fernando Alonso as well from P7. What can he do? I can see Fernando pulling a madness. He makes up the most positions on the first lap out of anybody. It's Lance Stroll dead last. Who I backed, you know, I usually back Lance Stroll in mixed conditions, but he didn't get it done yesterday. He's the last guy to line up then before we get the 5 red lights. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good, Ernesto. Here we go then for the 2022 British Grand Prix. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go then. It's the 2022 British Grand Prix. It looks like a good start from Max Verstappen actually. I think he's already in the lead. Verstappen leads into turn 1. Immediately past Carlos Sainz. Hamilton up to P3. Oh, there's a big crash at the back. There's an Alfa Romeo upside down. What the hell, man? There's an Alfa Romeo upside down. What the hell? That's a huge incident. That's the biggest turn 1 crash I've seen in years. What the hell is going on there? We need to see an immediate red flag, guys. Immediate red flag. There was an Alfa Romeo outside. George Russell's out. George Russell's out of the race then. But I don't know if it's Zhou Guanyu or Valtteri Bottas, but that was a bad one. Oh my god. Let me put the red flag on. That's ridiculous, guys. That's ridiculous. That's one of the worst turn 1 crashes I've seen since like Spain 27. Look at that then. Yuki Tsunoda might get back round to the pits. He's got his front wing stuck under the front of the car, but I'm just waiting to see the Alfa Romeo, man, because that's the one. That's the bad one, the Alfa Romeo upside. I think it was an Alfa Romeo anyway. Just seeing honestly like a split second thing, you know. But yeah, that was really bad. What the hell? Lewis up to P3 it is. So Lewis had a good start. It's Verstappen and Albon's out as well. So there's a handful of cars out with this. There's a handful of cars out. It's not just a 1 car situation. This is like 4 or 5 cars out here. But it's Zhou Guanyu then, it looks like, who's upside down. I hope that he's alright and everything's alright. But it looks like it was Zhou Guanyu who's upside down. Going round turn 1, what the hell's happened But yeah, Russell out, Albon out. I don't know. I think Ocon might have been involved. He's down there, and Yuki Tsunoda crawling back round to the pits at 30 mile an hour. Yeah, Ocon was involved in it. Ocon with a right front puncture as well. People creeping back to the pits with damaged cars and everything. Absolute carnage. What the hell, guys? They're not showing Zhou Guan Yu, man. I hope he's all right, because that was scary when you see a car flashing through the screen upside down. It's not. Zhou Guan Yu's okay, says Martin Brundle on the Sky commentary, but they're not showing Zhou Guan Yu's car. But my God, in Canada, we're saying, like, you don't see many turn one incidents these days, and you genuinely don't. Like, turn one crashes used to be, like, when you see race highlights from races in the 90s, races in the 80s, 90s, there always used to be a turn one pile-up, like, every week. But in the last, I'd say the last dozen years, turn one pile-ups are not a thing. Like, you might get one every other season. Like, it literally, the drivers usually are really well behaved actually in the first couple of corners of the races. Like, yeah, you'll see a bit of nudging and a bit of wheel to wheel, a bit of elbows out, but you don't really see carnage in turn one these days. But today we have, and I just hope Zhou Guan Yu's all right, man. But that was heavy. I can't believe what's gone on. But yeah, Russell's out, so there's 5 drivers involved in that then. Tsunoda, Ocon, Russell, Zhou Guan Yu, who's come off worse, and Alexander Albon. So Albon's definitely out, Russell's definitely out, and Tsunoda's obviously Zhou is obviously definitely out as well. You've got Ocon still crawling back to the pits trying to and Tsunoda as well. I don't know if he's made it back, but those guys might be able to change a front wing, change a set of tyres and carry on. But I don't know. Esteban Ocon's suspension arm or steering arm might be snapped, cracked, damaged, and it might be game over for Esteban Ocon as well. But wow, I in fact, the last time I seen a car upside down like that, I mean, you got Nico Hulkenberg got flipped, didn't he? But really, the last car I remember, Felipe Massa in a Williams in Germany, I'm saying 2014. Massa got flipped upside down at turn one in the Hockenheim ring about 8 years ago. And that's the last time I seen an incident like that. Mad one. But yeah, they're saying they're going to give us news on Zhou Guan Yu as soon as they hear it. On yeah, they've not even shown the car. But start of the race incident noted. I don't know how long this red flag's going to be, but they're looking at Ocon's car now, looking at trying to rebut. Nah, Ocon's out. I'll tell you that now. Unless it's a really long red flag and it's red flag for like an hour and they've got time to change like the whole front suspension. But hopefully it's not that much of a long wait for the replay. Yeah. When you get a long wait for a replay, it means they just want to make sure that everyone's good, you know what I mean? That everyone's alright. And then they'll pile into the replays once we know that everyone's alright. But until that point, yeah, that's all on pause at the minute. But what the hell is going on with that? I mean, I don't know how bad Yuki Tsunoda's damage was. Whether they'll just bang a front wing on that and a new set of tyres, and whether Yuki will be able to carry on. But 5 cars involved in a turn one incident. How many years it's been since we've seen that? There was a big incident at the start of the Spanish Grand Prix in like 2017 when it was like 17 or 18, maybe even 19, when Grosjean spun. I don't know if anyone remembers that. And Grosjean spun at the start of Spain one year, and instead of just like spinning off and like going on to the grass or whatever. He kept his foot in it, created loads of smoke, and then just people were just driving into smoke and just crashing into each other, and that was like a 5-car pile up. That's like 2017ish, but really since then, like I was saying, you don't really see these big pile ups, and I just hope that Zhou Guanyu's good, man. I mean, thank God that they got the halo these days. But upside down is not the one. What a crap! I know, I can't believe it, Matty. What can you say? Yeah, Lewis is up to third and that, but does that really matter when you've got Zhou Guanyu upside down? Not really. But yeah, hopefully the Halo's coming strong as it did this morning with the F2 crash. That was a bad one. Bottas team radio then. Obviously red flag everyone in the pits. Everyone in the pit lane. Bottas saying he's picked up some debris. Science team radio. Well, this is it. Yeah, when they restart. Science just asking when we restart, will it be a grid start? I don't know the answer to that. I think it is in the rules to have a proper grid start, but I'm sure they changed that in Monaco and decided they weren't going to do that, and it was just going to be a single file situation. Right, so Tsunoda looks like he's still going to be in the race then. Mate, I'm gonna be on a waffle mode, innit, Chris? Now, I mean, I don't know how long this red flag's gonna be, but it'll be a fair few minutes. Yes, Lewis, how we going, bro? Big crash turn 1, and red flagged immediately for an incident involving 5 cars. 3 of those are definitely out. Okay, information. Okay, bit of information. He's still in the car. Oh nah. So they're saying they're saying Zhou Guanyu's still in the car. Not good, that. Awkward angle, innit? Awkward to get him out, and they've got to be careful. Oh, this is heavy. This could be a long red flag. This. So we're going to see a replay of the start, but not of the crash. Obviously, we're just going to see a replay of Max Verstappen's perfect start, straight into the lead. By the time they got to turn 1, on board with Lewis. Oh, perfect start from Lewis Hamilton. Straight from 5th to 3rd, boom. But they're still trying to get him out of the car. That's pretty grim, that. Hopefully he's alright. But then why say straight off the bat, 20 seconds after the crash, why are they saying on Sky, oh yeah, he's alright? I was like, alright, he's alright. And then 10 minutes later, he's like, he's still in the car. It's like, well, why say he's alright straight away? But yeah, we're just seeing replay on board with a few of the drivers that are at the front of the grid. Lando Norris, mediocre start from him. But class as a racing incident, yeah, obviously we haven't seen who caused it, what happened, and we probably won't until we know for sure that Zhou Guanyu is doing good. Yeah, I hope he's okay, man. This is not the situation we want. Oh, good news. Right, Zhou Guanyu's out of the car. Right, he's on a stretcher, but he's moving. I can't believe this, man. He's okay, apparently. Right. So he's out of the car. He's been extracted on a stretcher. He's moving, and apparently he's all right. So we can chill. Now there's been a couple of like really bad crashes this season. Like Mick Schumacher's one in Saudi Arabia in qualifying was like 20 minutes of like I was like unsure what to do. You know what I mean? That was a huge incident in Saudi Arabia that Schumacher had in quali, caused him to miss the race actually the next day. But he was okay. You know, obviously like shaking and all that. But yeah, this is probably the second big incident of the season, really. But good to hear a bit of positive news. Then he is out of the car, and seems to be all right. But wishes go out to Zhou Guanyu that he's okay. Yeah, thank God he's okay, man. Yeah, you don't usually see cars upside down. But yeah, I don't know how bad the damage to the circuit is, because obviously that'll be the next thing. Now we know that he's okay, that he's out of the car. They'll obviously get the car out of the way, and then it just depends the situation with like the Tech Pro barriers or whatever barrier it is, whether there's much damage to that clean up and all the gravel and all the rest of it. And obviously there's like Russell's car to get out of the way as well, who's out, and Alexander Albon's car to get out of the way. So yeah, hopefully the delay's not too long. But yeah, thank God he's alright. Good to hear he's alright, at least. I know. I'm glad we heard some good news. But yeah, red flag. What do we talk about now? Come on, everyone that's watching this now, you 90 people, you need to get in chat, because we've got to have a chat now, because we've got to bridge a gap here. You know, at least on Sky they've got each other to talk to, innit? They've got, you know, it's Brundle and Crofty. You know, they can waffle onto each other, but I'm a one-man band here. But hopefully he's all right, man. That's a heavy one. Russell having a word with Russell having a bit of a heated discussion with a guy from the FIA. Oh, I see. I think George is wanting to. I think George is arguing the fact that he wants to be allowed back into the race on the fact that he stopped to help another driver. But man, he did have a rear left tyre missing, so you can't say the car was in perfect condition and I stopped to help someone out. Kind of still be in the rear, like he's out, man, surely. But it sounds like he's arguing the case as if to say, you know, can we work on the car during this red flag situation and get back in the race? I suppose that's what he's arguing the two, but I don't know about that. I think once you stop out on circuit, I don't think you come back from that in the modern day, with the modern day rules. Once you stop out on circuit, that's it. It's not like Le Mans where you can get the car shipped back to the pit lane, work on it for half an hour, and then you back out and back into the race. It doesn't really work like that in Formula One. Once you stopped on circuit, DNF, and that's it. You're gone. So I don't see Russell reviving himself back into this race. But I hope. Oh right. So apparently Zhou Guanyu was conscious throughout the whole thing, which is good news. But yeah, red flag. I don't know how long we're gonna have a red flag for, but hopefully not for too long of a time. When you join Sky, Rob, you mean? Rob. I might look like Ron Weasley, but I ain't. Rob with a B. Unless you're talking to someone else. When are we joining Sky Sports? 2027? I'd say, if you were a betting man. I've been in the Sky Sports F1 team, 2027 season. Trust. No, I'm joking. I'll do my own thing, innit? I'll be on the grid, Motorsport Madman live on the grid by 2027. Yeah. But yeah, Nicky Latifi and all that chaos up to it. So when they restart then, so I've not actually gone through this, but let's have a look then. Considering that all signs are pretty good for Zhou Guanyu, we can have a look at who made places and who lost places in that first 10 seconds that we got. So Verstappen took the lead, so he'll start. I don't know if they'll do a grid start, like another like proper race start. I think that is in the rules that should happen, but I'm sure they had a similar situation to this in Monaco, and they didn't do that. They went for a safety car pulls in and you go single file start. I hope they don't do that. I'd love another grid start, provided we don't get another incident. But if we do, on the basis that we do get a full grid start, it'll be Verstappen at the front now, having taken the lead immediately, and then it'll be Sainz P2. Hamilton made 2 places before turn 1, so he's up to 3rd ahead of Charles Leclerc in 4th, and Alonso also made up 2 positions from 7th to 5th. So Hamilton and Alonso really the big gainers in the first 10 seconds of the race that we got. So yeah, they're obviously start further up if we do get a full grid restart. If not, it'll be a single file thing. It'll be a case of follow the safety car around, and then safety car pulls in and away we go. But that would usually be with a wet weather situation. I don't know exactly what they're going to do, to be honest with you, but I would like to see a full grid start. But yeah, Hamilton made 2 places. Alonso, Perez then lost a couple of places from 4th to 6th. So it wasn't a good start. Well, a good start. I mean, a good first dozen seconds that we got. Wasn't a good first dozen seconds for Sergio Perez, who lost 2 places. Norris lost a place. Latifi gained 2 as well. So Hamilton, Alonso and Nicholas Latifi all gaining 2 players. Bottas 9th. I think we started 12th, so he made up a couple of positions. And then obviously with the big crash in the midfield, so Russell, I'm trying to work out, because Russell started 8th, and then but Albon was way down. Albon, where did Albon start from? So how have they all come to? Well, hang on, Zhou was 9th, so Russell and Zhou were next to each other on the starting grid. Ocon, I'm not sure where he started. Probably about 10th or something like that. No, Ocon wasn't in Q3. But yeah, Russell's car being put under the cover then, he's definitely... But yeah, Hamilton made a couple of positions. Alonso made a couple of positions. And Bottas as well. Latifi, Nate, I can't believe... Yeah, hello Farhan, welcome in. What happened? I missed it. What happened is... We haven't seen any replays... Merczada, do you say that? Is that how you say your name, Merczada? We haven't seen any replays because obviously Zhou Guanyu, it was quite the incident for Zhou Guanyu, who was trapped in the car for quite a few minutes after being flipped upside down somehow in a 5-car incident at turn 1. So Zhou Guanyu coming off the worst of the 5 drivers. We haven't, but apparently he's all right. He's out of the car now. He's supposedly been conscious and moving and on a stretcher, and they've extracted him from the car, and he's supposedly okay. What that means, I don't know, but he's okay. But yeah, the other drivers out in that turn 1 incident are George Russell and Alexander Albon. Tsunoda and Ocon made it back to the pits. Now I don't know if they will. I think Yuki Tsunoda will probably get away with it with a new front wing. He was crawling back to the pits, and he probably still in the race. As for Esteban Ocon, it looked like he had a snapped either a front wishbone or steering arm or suspension arm, something like that. Something broken on the front of the front. What would it be? The front right of Esteban Ocon. So whether he will resume in the race is unknown. They're probably working on that now, trying to repair it as you can under a red flag. But whether they'll have enough time to fully repair Ocon's car, and I don't know. But yeah, that's what happened. Bad race, bad crash. Yeah, big crash, Mercedes. Yeah. Hello, Farhan. Welcome in. Ronaldo going. Yeah, this is not a football stream, so that's probably better for Denver and all the rest of them, because I do not give two rats' asses about football. But first time we're seeing Zhou Guan Yu's car then. So they're not even. They're just about getting to the point where they're moving Zhou Guan Yu's Alfa Romeo now out of the gravel trap. So yeah, is Russell back in the race? No. Russell's. I think he was arguing the case though. I think he was having an inquest. Right, we're going to see it now. I think we might get a replay of exactly what's happened here now. Here we go then for the first time. Right, okay. Oh, Jesus, right. So, I think it's Yuki Tsunoda has hit the... Oh, my God. That is bad, man. It's got... Oh, God, it's bad. Oh, God, it's bad. Right, so... This is one of the worst crashes I've ever seen. Oh, my God. This is one of the worst crashes I've ever seen in my life. That's incredible. Just unbelievable. It's right. So Yuki Tsunoda goes into George Russell, spins him round. Alexander Albon has his own incident on the other side, but it's Yuki Tsunoda goes into George Russell, spins Russell round, and Russell hits Zhou Guan Yu at such an awkward angle that it flips Zhou over. Oh, it's wheel to wheel. And it just flips Zhou Guan Yu over, and he goes tumbling even over the tyres and everything. It's one of the worst I've ever seen. I hope he's alright, man. This is bad. Yeah, so Tsunoda gets sandwiched, and he sort of trips up. He sort of trips up in a Formula 1 kind of a way. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like he trips up over George Russell, and Russell just slams into the side of Zhou Guan Yu at such an awkward angle that it just flips him over immediately. And Alexander Albon collects another couple of... Alexander Albon has his own crash on the right hand side of the circuit, so the big crash is on the left hand side. Alexander Albon has his own crash. We're seeing that, right? So Albon hits the brakes and Vettel goes into the back of... It's just a multi-car pileup. There's got to be 7 or 8 cars with damage off the back of this. So this is on board with Albon then. Right, so he hits the brakes and then gets hit behind. Oh, Jesus, picks up. Then it's him that hits the Alpine of Ocon. It's just carnage. Absolute carnage. On board with Yuki Tsunoda then. So I'm saying it's this guy's fault. Let's have a look. Right. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, it's Gasly. No, I'm getting it wrong here. It's Gasly and Russell that get together then, not Tsunoda. Sorry, I was thinking it was Tsunoda because he was the one with the big damage. So it's Gasly gets sandwiched. This is just ridiculous. This is mad. I can't even... Seeing the replay, man, you just realise that Zhou Guan Yu has had a horrendous incident there. Oh my God, you're just seeing a car upside down go across. Thinking, what? Is Russell back? No, Russell won't be back in the race. What the hell? I just... Bottas team radio. So apparently driver's okay, so... Thank God for that, man. Jesus Christ. Wow, that was spectacular in all the wrong ways. Horror crash, yeah, horror crash. Wow, so we're still under red flag conditions. This was like a 40-minute red flag. half an hour red flag now, but wow. It seems, mind you, how has Pierre Gasly got away with that though? I don't know how Pierre Gasly. Hey? They're saying that it, well, I don't know what the starting orders. You know, I'm just listening to the Sky Sports commentary team because I don't know what's going on. But they're saying that the starting order might be what it was at the start. That, in other words, that Sainz will keep his pole position, and when they do the restart, that Sainz will be in the front, be at the front again. I don't know if I agree with that. But I suppose they didn't complete a lap. So I don't know what the rules are. What are they going to do? Put everyone back where they were, and Lewis is going to have to make those two positions again, and Alonso's going to. Right, we've seen a proper analysis of what's happened here. Right, it's Gasly. It's yeah. So it's Gasly that gets sandwiched. Sorry, I said Tsunoda earlier on because I saw Tsunoda with the damage and put two and two together, and I thought it must have been Tsunoda that got sandwiched. But it's Pierre Gasly gets sandwiched between Zhou Guanyu on the left and George Russell on the right. And as Russell moves in, Gasly sort of trips up, is the best way I can say, trips up George Russell, and then George Russell slams into the side of Zhou Guanyu and it just flips him over. It's just at such an angle where it's like tyre to tyre in just the wrong way, and it just flips Zhou Guanyu immediately. Oh God. It's one of the worst. Right, on board with Pierre Gasly then. This is a crucial point of view, really. So we see it on board, yeah, and he's just moving into a gap that's just closing, and you've got Russell on the right, Zhou on the left. Yeah, the gap's just narrowing, and that's it. Wow. Yeah, so this is on board with George Russell then. So Latifi's passing straight away. Latifi had a great start. But yeah, then he's George is sort of edging his way over to the racing line to then turn into turn one. So the contact's made literally 5 seconds into the race. It's not even the turn one, the incident. It's halfway down the Hamilton straight. They've only just literally lights out, away we go, and boom, within 5 seconds, we've had one of the biggest crashes that I've ever seen. Yeah, he starts to move across for the line into turn one, and wow. Yeah. Wow. Bad one. Crash is bad, man, yeah. Well, that is bad. Oh, this is not good, man. The restart would be the grid order. No, this isn't right, is it? This when they restart, it's going to be the the original grid order. Nah, it's not right. That is it. Let me just get that back. That's not right, that is it? Yeah, so Verstappen will lose the lead that he gained. Hamilton will be back from 3rd to 5th. Alonso will be back from 5th to 7th. Perez will get back his 2 positions that he lost. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think it should be at the second the red flag is thrown. What's the order? Surely that makes sense. Surely it's at that moment the red flag is clicked or selected or button pressed. Red flag emergency button, bang. At that moment, what the positions are in that second, that should be the lineup on the grid. But it's not. They're not doing that. They're going back to the original grid order, which I don't agree with at all. That's really weird. What's the point? Nah, that's not right, that. I can't believe it. That will be the starting order then. The original grid order will be the order when they restart. Nah. I can't believe that. Right, I'll be right back. I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'm going to take a quick break before we get this race finally underway in a few minutes, but I'll be right back, guys. Oh, right, I'm back. Imagine I missed it. imagine, imagine I come back and I miss a restart. That would be brutal. about, oh, what's going on? It's going to be a long stream, innit? This is going to be a long afternoon. This. I'll be sat back on my seat by the end of this. I ain't standing up for 4 hours. I'm always saying anyway. And to play with your kebab. I've never heard that slang before, you know, Chris. You're the first person I've ever heard say something like that. But yeah, just getting this wire sorted so it doesn't bang into the mic. But yeah, I'm back. Oh mate, we'll get this race underway at some point, I swear. Hopefully before sundown. No, we'll get this race back underway. No, I went for a bit of a snack, Steve, because I'm not on my lunch yet. I was thinking, yeah, this will be an hour and 20 minutes, and then boom, have something to eat in it. But it ain't gonna be an hour and 20 minutes. It's gonna be 3 hours and 20 minutes. So I thought, no, I've got to get there's a little bit of something to eat, else I'll faint live on the air. Nah. It's just gonna be a long day. What happened? Big crash. 5 seconds into the race, involving 5 cars. Well, more than 5 actually. 5 with big damage, but I reckon 7 or 8 cars were involved in that. Zhou Guanyu obviously coming off worse, but apparently he's okay, and hopefully it's not too long to wait before we get it back underway again. 3 cars are out. 3 guys are out. Definitely out. They are George Russell, Zhou Guanyu and Alexander Albon. As far as I know, the other 17 drivers will restart the race. And interestingly, and something which I don't agree with, is that they'll start in the original grid positions. So Hamilton having made up 2 positions straight away, boom, from 5th to 3rd, eradicated. Verstappen taking the lead into turn 1, eradicated. It's not on really, is it? But that's how it is. That's what they're rolling with. They're rolling with a full restart, as in nothing that happened. So original grid, which seems wrong to me, but yeah, they're going with the original grid. Did you know that they got a 3 hours limit to get the race finished? No, it's not that. It's not that. It's more complicated than that. It's... I'll tell you what it is. It's... They've got 2 hours to complete the race within a 4-hour window. Which means the 4 hours starts as soon as the 5 lights go out for the first time. Then your 4-hour window begins. But during a red flag, the 2-hour window is paused. But it's confusing. But they've got a 4-hour window to do the race, basically, and that's brought about from Canada in 2011, where the race was like, well, more than 4 hours. And also there was a race in South Korea that went on all afternoon as well in 2010. There was a 2010 South Korean, or was it 12? No, I'm going to stick 2010 South Korean Grand Prix. That went on for hours and hours and hours. In fact, by the time Alonso won that race, it was dark. And you see the pictures of Alonso getting out of his car and all the camera flashes going off, and it's like dark, and you're thinking, and I think it's from Canada 2011, well, from South Korea 2010, Canada 2011, and maybe 1 or 2 long races after that, they thought, nah, we can't just go all afternoon and all evening, so they put a cap on it now, so they've got a 4-hour window. But that'd be a hell of a stream if I'm on for 4 hours. That wasn't the idea. Wasn't the plan. But it might be what's happening. But yeah. Russ running out of clothes. Hey, no, do you know what it is? Do you know that old like joke where it's like people play Football Manager when it's a cup final, they get the suit on, like cup final on Football Manager. I've done that. I've gone. It's a British Grand Prix. Get your shirt on, innit? I'm a home race. Home race looks smart, innit? That's what I've gone for. Oh, yeah. British Grand Prix. Didn't look the part, do you? I could have chosen a casual little Kevin Magnussen t-shirt, but I didn't. No, I thought British Grand Prix, home race, like a cup final on your on the Football Manager, innit? Get your suit on for the cup final. Get your shirt on for the British Grand Prix. Nah, I'm just a bit weird like that. Sod it. Have a laugh in it. Bit funny. Oh, 10 minutes to go. Oh my God. At least we've got light at the end of the tunnel, guys. With this light, I've been given light at the end of the tunnel. We will resume at 15:56. Okay, yeah, 10 minutes. And then we'll finally get the rest of these laps underway. 52 laps of the British Grand Prix. I think that'll be reduced to 50 now. But yeah, I mean, it could end up where you run out of time before you run out of laps. Who knows? That happened at Singapore once, I think, where they hit the 2 hour limit before they got the full 61 laps done. Could end up like that. I don't know. If we keep getting red flags and stuff, good God. But yeah, yes, Jordan, suited and booted. I am, lad. You're gonna get suited and booted, don't you? The crash was wild. I know, man. It's just. I mean, the fact that we didn't see a replay for like 20 minutes was worrying enough. I was like, when you don't see replays, that's when you know it's a serious one. But now, luckily, the news is that he's all right. They got him out of the car after a couple of minutes and obviously stretchered away. But saying that he's all right, so thank God for that. And so we get the race back underway in 8 minutes, and yeah, crash was wild. Starting from pole again, yeah, man. I was saying this a few minutes ago, Jordan. They're going to restart the race with the original grid order, which I'm saying I don't agree with that. I think it should be the order that it was at the second the red flag gets thrown. And the second they press that emergency button, boom, red flag. Whatever position people are in at that second, that's the position that you should be in on the restart. But they've not gone with that. They've gone with the attitude of we're fully restarting it, and whatever grid position you were in originally, that's what you've got. So Verstappen taking the lead into turn one, forget it. He's back in second. Lewis making two positions up, going from fifth to third, back in fifth you go. Alonso going from seventh to fifth, back you go. I don't agree with that. Lewis has got to do it again. He's got to do two perfect starts. Nah, man, it's got to be the order that it was when the red flag's thrown, in my opinion. But some big hefty rule book's been got out of the drawer, and they've gone bang. What's the sit rep? What's the scenario? They flicked to page 782 and gone, we restart the whole thing, and it's like, nah, man, it doesn't make sense. You know, they've gone, what's the procedure on page 785? Restart everything. I think it's because they didn't complete a lap. I think because the crash was immediate and they didn't complete a lap, then the positions don't stand. I think it's something to do with that. Some grey area where they haven't completed a racing lap. I think it's to do with that. Hence, they'll all be back in their original positions. As we see, Zhou Guan Yu's Alfa Romeo back in the paddock then. So hopefully the driver's all right, and the car is in a bit of a state, but it's being returned. Yeah, race restart 15:56, so 6 minutes time. We finally get this race back underway. It's been a lengthy one. We've been live an hour. So it's been a 50... It'll be virtually an hour red flag. It's not something I bargained for, but it's something that we've had to contend with. Yeah, so interview with George Russell. Russell obviously involved in the incident and is out of the race. Shame for George. Well, that's his top 5 thing gone. That's his top 5 in every race in the bin. But there's not a lot he could do really. 3 into 2 doesn't go. It was Gasly sandwiched in between Russell and Zhou that caused the incident. I think from the interview, sorry, I'm just being quiet. I'm just listening to what George Russell's saying. And I think George is sort of... feels like he could still be in the race. It feels like he kept the engine running. He jumped out to see if Zhou was okay. And his plan was to get back in the car and crawl around to the pits with 3 wheels on the car and still be in the race. I don't know about that. The damage looked too bad to. But I don't know. Maybe George feels that he could still be in the race, but a weird one. Look at his party time in Silverstone. There, the fans are loving it. Well, they've got to bridge the gap, haven't they? The music's been turned up, and it's party time because they've got to do something. But yeah, race will be starting in about 3 or 4 minutes. And yeah, back to the original grid positions, which hopefully the live timing will reflect that somehow in the next few minutes. Hopefully the live timings will sort of reset everything. I don't know how they're going to work it, but that's what they're basically doing, resetting everything, which is a bit of a madness. And hopefully we do get a proper grid start. I don't know whether they're going to go down the road of a single file start, where sort of you go do a lap behind the safety car, for example, and the safety car pulls in, and then the leader dictates the pace, and then they sort of out of the final corner they gun it, and then the race resumes, and everyone's in like a single file situation. I hope they don't do that, and we get another full grid start, hopefully just this time without incident. But yeah, less than 3 minutes before we see the cars come back out of the pits after a 1 hour, and they've got a proposal of marriage for Christian Horner from someone in the crowd. Funny. He can't beat the British fans. Well, maybe the Japanese fans, they come with the hats in the shape of Formula 1 cars. They're a different breed. The Japanese F1 fans, they're fully hardcore. But yeah, British fans, Union Jack coats and everything. Right, grid order. Right, grid order is... This is ridiculous. Right, so I think they've not gone far around the lap to sort of go through a timing beam to like confirm. I think I can see the issue. Yeah, they've not gone. I think if they'd have gone like a third of the way around the lap, it would have. The timing screen would have sort of updated itself and gone, right, bang, he's first, he's second, he's third, as they all cross like a timing beam. Maybe they would have had to complete the first sector of the lap. I think that's what it is. They haven't got far enough along into the lap for the positions that they've made up or lost to even count. They've only gone 20 meters, they've only gone 100 yards into the race, and the whole thing's been red flagged. So they've not gone far enough to then cross like a timing beam to then for everything, for like the computer to update the positions. They've not got far enough in. It's literally like 3, 2, 1, go, 3, 2, 1, red flag. So the incident was so quick from the beginning that the protocol is nothing happened, and you just got to restart from what it was. That I think that's what the situation is. I think if they'd have got a third of the way around the lap, I think if they'd have got down to like, I think if all the cars had gone round the first couple of corners, out of the farm curve, I don't know what the left-hand hairpin, but if it had all headed, if all the cars were heading down to Luffield, and then you throw a red flag, then the positions would have stuck. Because it's in the first 10 seconds, people aren't even into turn 1. Like, they're halfway down the start-finish straight, and it's red flagged. So that's why. But yeah, cars coming back out of the pit lane. And hello, MacNess Gamer. I'm all right. How are you doing? We're going to get this race back underway in a few minutes. Cars finally coming back out of the pits. I will get rid of the the red flag graphic. Thank God for that. That's that done. Hopefully I don't have to click that button again. But you never know. But yeah, so they're behind the safety car then. And I don't know which scenario they'll go with. Whether they'll go with they might have said on the Sky Sports thing, and I've been waffling over the top of it. But I don't know if they'll go for a full grid restart or whether they'll go for a single file situation. But we'll find out. We'll find out pretty soon. I'm good, buddy. Yeah. We're... Is it a full rest? What do you mean? It'll be a full rest after I finish this stream. I know that. A full restart, yeah, full restart. All right, safety car will enter the pits, standing start, so it is like a full grid start. Right, good. Hopefully there's no flipping incidents though. We're done with crashes for today. So but yeah, so it is like a full restart. I think they'll be like, instead of 52 laps, though, it'd be like 49 or 48. Just because the fuel, the guys going round, and all the rest of it. So it'd probably be like a 49 lap race now. Well, it's not going to make much difference, is it? But yeah, it'd probably be a 48, 49 lap race that will start in the next couple of minutes. So buzzing, we finally get a proper race underway after an hour and 8 minutes. The idea is, my idea is that I come live 10 minutes before the start. Not that I come live an hour and 8 minutes before the start. Not really the plan, that, but that's how it's turned out. That's how it's turned out this afternoon. But yeah, hour and 10 minutes of pre-race build-up. Sky Sports, eat your heart out. Right, but we're gonna get it underway now. Let me just make sure. I don't know if the timing screens. Oh yeah. So it is showing Sainz, Verstappen now, Leclerc. I think the timing screens of this live timing is coming around to the idea that everyone's back in the original positions. Yeah, Hamilton, Norris, Alonso. It's updating. We're cool. Right, the line up on the grid. That's that loaded. Yeah, I think we're ready. I think the graphics are ready. Green flag I've got on. Yeah. Here we go then. So after an hour and 10 minutes, 1 hour red flag, horrendous incident which luckily it seems like everybody's okay, and 3 cars out of the race, which are Russell, Zhou Guanyu and Alexander Albon, but 17 cars take the grid again an hour later for the British Grand Prix. Here we go then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and for a second time this afternoon, the British Grand Prix is underway, and it's inside, pushes Verstappen to the wall. The side by side to 2-1, Verstappen inside, but this time Sainz keeps the lead. Verstappen's going to try around the outside. It's a good start from Perez this time. Hamilton didn't have as good a start as he did the first time round, but Sainz keeps the lead. Verstappen still, they're 4 wide in turn 4. How did they get out of that? With no damage? I have no idea, but it's Sainz from Verstappen. They were 4 wide at the hairpin. What the hell's going on? Oh my God, Leclerc's going around the outside of Max Verstappen. I think front wings are This is fantastic action. This is fantastic. And still, Hamilton and Norris are side by side coming out of left field. I can't believe they went 4 wide into turn 3. What the hell? Sainz, Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez. This contact. I tell you what, Perez has got a broken front wing. Perez's front end plate's hanging off. And then Norris is ahead of Hamilton. Norris P5, Hamilton 6th. Oh my God, I've never seen it. I've never seen 3 wide into the hairpin. Never mind 4. That's ridiculous. Sainz has kept the lead. We've got a race. We've got a full proper race on our hands now, because you ain't gonna have the first scenario, which we could have had with Max Verstappen taking the lead immediately and zooming off into the distance for 50 laps. Sainz has kept the lead. Boom, game on. Carlos Sainz, get in. And we see Alonso versus Pierre Gasly for P7. Wow, Sainz from Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez with a broken front wing continues in P4. Lando Norris, wow, it was worth waiting for, wasn't it? It might have been an hour red flag, but that was worth waiting for. I tell you what, the 2 Ferraris and 2 Red Bulls, flipping, that was nuts. That was balls to the wall racing. They were nudging each other, shoving each other off. That first half of a lap was insane. My God. What a first half of a lap that was. Jeez, I need a drink. This needs to be vodka. What's going on? What am I doing with orange juice? I need Ernesto's proper 12 to settle me down here. Ernesto, send me a bottle of that proper 12. My God. To calm my nerves. Jesus, Sainz. Oh, go on, Carlos. Carlos was like, you're not doing it again. You know what I mean? Second attempt. Round 2, you ain't doing it to me again. He was shoving Max Verstappen off left, right and centre. He said, you ain't getting past this time. But Perez struggling with his broken front end fence of the front wing. He's falling into the clutches of Lando Norris, who's up from 6th to 5th. Lewis didn't get as good a start second time round and down in 6th. He'd have taken the first attempt. He was up into P3, wasn't he, first time round. But now in P6 is Lewis Hamilton. Wow, that was. I need to see a replay of that the first 4 corners. Then was just, what the hell, man? I'm surprised. Only Perez is the only one that's come out with a little bit of damage from that. I feel like all 4 of those top guys should have a little bit of damage on the front wing, because they just went absolute balls to the wall. But yeah, we've seen a 3-way battle forming for P4 with Perez with a little bit of damage, and Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton right on the back of him. Rob me having a shot. That's what I need. I need a shot. But Sainz has got a 1.3 second lead over Verstappen. He's got the pace. Not only has he kept Max behind him, but he said, I've got the pace today. Not just fending him off in turn 1, but fending him off in the first 6 laps, at least. I said before, over an hour ago, if Sainz can be in the lead after the first dozen laps, it's game on. And he is. Look at this 3-way battle for P4. Perez is in the pits then. Oh, don't crash into the 2 Brits then battling for P4. Yeah, the 2 Brits, Norris versus Hamilton. Give a bit of margin, because you don't want contact here. And they're both with the Both with the Dayglow yellow crash helmets. But both at opposite ends of the career. Lando Norris and 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, but battling over the same piece of tarmac. Oh God, here comes Lewis with DRS. Oh, he's side by side then into Brooklands, and Lewis gets the position. Then it's sort of a bittersweet. It's bittersweet for the British crowd as Lewis overtakes Lando Norris into P4. So it's now Sainz, Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, Alonso 6th, Pierre Gasly 7th, Yuki Tsunoda P8, Ocon 9th, and Latifi still in the top 10 then after 6 laps, doing a hell of a job. Nicholas Latifi still in the top 10. Jesus. Lewis has got to try and bridge the gap. If Lewis can catch this front 3, that will be big. That will be big. If Lewis can cruise up to the back of Charles Leclerc, it's a brand new beginning. Here we go for a replay of the second start. Oh God, look at this is what I wanted to see. Look at the side by side between Sainz and Verstappen. They're just going absolute ham. And then Verstappen tries around the outside of turn 3. And then look at this look at this 4 wide. I mean, I don't even know what that corner's called. Is it called Farm Curve? The Exeter Farm Curve? I don't even know. But that hairpin, the left-hand hairpin there, turn 1 to turn 4. Right, look at this on board with Max Verstappen then. So this is the Farm Curve, I think. Right, the right-hand hairpin. But this is where it all went off. So Verstappen around the outside, like 4 wide here. So no contact with Max Verstappen then. I thought, like in the heat of the moment, that all 4 of them made contact with each other. So this is on board with Lewis Hamilton. This is just wow, that's nuts. And I tell you what, I'll tell you something for nothing. Sainz is lucky to get away with it without a puncture there, because Perez has hit the rear. Yeah, wow. Yeah, Sainz is lucky not to have a puncture there. You've seen, because Perez swiped the sidewall of the rear left tyre of that Ferrari. So Sainz lucky to get away with that one, and Perez in the pits on like lap 5. But wow, and look at this then, Max Verstappen now, as we cut to the live action, the replays are done, and cut to live, and Verstappen's within DRS. Verstappen's within DRS of Carlos Sainz, and the front 3 have romped away. Hamilton 5.2 seconds behind. I'll be looking for that gap, hopefully reducing. If Lewis can reduce the gap to Leclerc, it would be big, but it's not looking like that's going to happen, is it? It's not looking like that at the moment. Right, they're saying that it took him a while to replace Perez's front wing, so that's why he's down in P16 on the back of that. Is that his race ruined? Potentially. But yeah, look at the gap between the top 2. Less than half a second then for the lead between Sainz and Verstappen at the end of lap 8. So they have fully restarted the race, because they've gone back to 52 laps and everything. So they have fully, full restart. Yeah, Verstappen's hunting Carlos Sainz down. But Sainz was having none of it on lap 1. He was full elbows out on lap 1. He was not having a sniff of that. You know, Verstappen might have mugged him on the original start, but the second time round, Sainz was like, no chance, mate. Not a second time. Yeah, he's a bit quicker, yeah. Yeah, he is a bit quicker. Yeah, he is a bit quicker, man. Come on, Max. Yeah, if you're a Max fan, it's looking good right now because he's closing up. And he'll get DRS at every single opportunity, which is down the hanger straight. And where's the other DRS zone? Oh, yeah, down to where Brooklands is the other DRS zone. Yeah, that's right. So he'll get DRS out of Maggots and Beckett's ear, will Max Verstappen, and down into Brooklands as well out of turn 4. We're on board with Verstappen. Yeah, he's within half a second by the time they get to Stowe, but he's not close enough yet. Perez down in 16th with the fastest lap on a brand new set of medium tyres. Hamilton 5.6. He's sort of matching Leclerc as Lewis. See, I'm looking for Lewis closing up because that would be big. That would be big for the rest of the season if Lewis can prove he's got the race-winning pace. Even if he doesn't win the race today, if Mercedes can show that they've got race-winning pace, that's all I'm looking for. But Verstappen's hunting down, just like in Miami. You know, Verstappen hunting the Ferraris. In Canada, it was flipped, actually. In Canada, Sainz was hunting Verstappen in the last few laps, and Verstappen just about hung on with Sainz was on the fresh tyres, wasn't he, in Canada, and put the pressure on Max in the last few laps, and it's flipped. So today, it's Max putting heavy pressure on Carlos Sainz on lap 10, the 2022 British Grand Prix. Getting underway after a 1 hour red flag. Wow, that was quite the gap to bridge, but we've done it. Come on, Sainz, let's go. I know Carlos Sainz. Oh, Sainz has gone wide, and Maggots and Beckett's. Oh my God, and Verstappen's through. Oh, Sainz has cracked. Sainz has cracked, and Verstappen gets an easy dub, an easy overtake over Carlos Sainz. Sainz messes it up, and Maggots and Beckett's. Wow, yeah, was it a gust of wind? Did he lose the rear end? And Max Verstappen cracks Carlos Sainz and takes the lead on lap 11. Oh, Carlos, yeah, unforced error. This is like Nico Rosberg 2016 settings. Oh, wow, and Verstappen round the outside, down the hanger straight then. Replay on board with Carlos Sainz. Oh, he just loses the rear end, just a twitch of the rear end. Had to save it. Had to be going across the grass, and wow, tell you what, a hell of a bump coming back onto the circuit there. The live time is working. They look to be. Yeah, Verstappen, Sainz. Yeah, live timings are looking good anyway, so you can follow the race that way. Lewis Hamilton now with the fastest lap, and Lewis is catching. Purple obviously means fastest of anybody. So Lewis Hamilton, 4.8 seconds behind, with this a bit of drama as well with Sainz. Go on, Lewis. If you can catch up. We see a replay of the two Alpha Tauris. Whoa! Oh God, Tsunoda hit Gasly. Tsunoda on the inside. Oh, loses the rear end. Oh no. First rule of Formula 1. Don't hit your teammate. Now that's exactly what Yuki Tsunoda's done. Dives down the outside into turn 3. Oh. No. Not the one for AlphaTauri, that. Were they in the points as well? I feel like they were in the points, or just on the cusp of being in the points. Definitely not now. Latifi's 8th, by the way. Latifi's 8th. Go on, Nicky Latifi. Latifi for the win. I can't believe it. Sainz cracked under pressure. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, man, but you've now got a situation where Leclerc's all over the back of Carlos Sainz. And did they let him through? Did Ferrari say let Leclerc through? Because they're still close right behind. Has Verstappen got a problem? Verstappen's got a problem, I think. Verstappen's slow, and they're side by side down to Stowe, and Sainz has gone round the outside of Verstappen. Puncture. Has Verstappen got a puncture? Oh, Verstappen's in the pits. Oh, more drama in the British Grand Prix. Verstappen's in the pits. Sainz retakes the lead. I think it might have been a puncture for Max Verstappen this British Grand Prix. It's not a simple day. It's not a simple afternoon in Northamptonshire, this. Wow, brand new set of tyres for Max Verstappen. Hamilton up to third then, so it's Sainz, Leclerc, Hamilton. Where's he going to come out? You see the Alpine of Fernando Alonso, so he's going to be at least 8th. Sorry, at least 6th. What is going on? Wow. So Verstappen comes out of the pits. Verstappen comes out of the pits P6. Wow. I can't believe this race, man. Here we go then, Max Verstappen. Oh, did he go too wide at Copse? Did he go over the serrated curbs at Copse? And it's just... wow, and round Maggots and Beckett's, he's just lost pace. Wow. And Sainz gets the DRS on the hanger straight, and it's job done. Can't believe it. The drama in the British Grand Prix. Sainz cracking under pressure, going wide at Maggots and Beckett's. Then a few laps later, Verstappen with problems. And Sainz retakes the lead. Wow. Yeah, I wonder if he'll get done for speeding in the pit lane as well, Verstappen, because that was touch and go. Look at the two Haas as well, 11th and 12th. Go on, Mick. Oh, Verstappen's still not happy. Something wrong with the car. Right, Verstappen's still complaining of that the car doesn't feel right. He's in 6th after taking a pit stop, but Leclerc with fastest lap within DRS of their teammate Carlos Sainz at the front. Is Hamilton now 3rd, Lando Norris 4th, Fernando Alonso P5. Both Alpines in the top 7. Oh, the car's broken, says Max Verstappen. Oh, I told you fortunes ebb and flow in Formula 1, and it was due. Ferrari were due some good fortune, and Verstappen's had it too smooth for too long. I told you. I mean, my predictions were Verstappen DNF. Maybe we're heading for that. But fortunes ebb and flow. You're not going to have a full season. You're not going to have 15 races in a row where it's all smooth. It's going to ebb and flow. And could this be Ferrari's day as we watch Max Verstappen through Maggots and Beckett's? Clearly not on the pace. Bodywork damage. Bodywork damage. I wonder if that was to do with that turn 4 where they all went 4 wide. I just wonder whether he got tagged or whether he's over the curb at Copse and it caused some damage to the diffuser or the rear of the car. Maybe he's over that serrated curb and it's caused havoc. I don't know. 5-second penalty then for Yuki Tsunoda for causing a collision. Oh yeah, for hitting his teammate. Not the one. Hamilton could win. It'll take some Ferrari drama for that to happen. Put it that way. But we could get Ferrari drama as Charles Leclerc is within 6/10 of a second of Carlos Sainz for the lead. Yeah, Verstappen has got damage to the rear of the car, but there's nothing they can do about it, they're saying. It's just... With Verstappen's car, it just is what it is. He's got the damage and he's just going to have to roll with that, and that's what it is. Oh, look at the two Ferraris. I tell you what, Charles Leclerc is all over the back of Sainz here. Wow. Lewis is looking good for a podium at least here. But Hamilton's looking decent. You know, he's left Norris and Alonso for dead. In fact, Alonso's only 1.2 behind Norris for P4. But yeah, Lewis is quite a chunk quicker than Norris. And quicker than Sainz. The big news here is that Lewis Hamilton is quicker than race leader Carlos Sainz, and he's catching. So the longer Sainz holds up Leclerc, the better it is for Lewis Hamilton. So if you're Ferrari, maybe you let Leclerc go now. If you're Ferrari, oh, this is an interesting one. This is an interesting one. This. Verstappen's still chilling in P6, so he's able to continue, but he just won't have the ultimate pace of the Red Bull under him. Not a good day for Red Bull at the moment, with Perez with damage from the first lap incident. He's had to pit. He's down his 14th, and Verstappen with the damage on his car as well. He's in 6th, so not a great day for Red Bull so far. If you see the Ferraris, oh God, yeah, Ferrari are gonna have to let Leclerc through, or Leclerc's just gonna have to make a move anyway at some point. You know, whether he's got to overtake, he's got to. And look at Lewis, 3.9. Lewis is like a second quicker. Oh, good God. Charles Leclerc just bullied. They were just seeing a replay, of lap 1. And Leclerc just, oh, good God. So Leclerc's got front wing damage as well. Yeah, look at Leclerc. With no... Martin, you might be right. You might be right. Leclerc's got a damaged front wing. Sainz looks like he hasn't got amazing pace. And Lewis is catching him. I said on Friday, if Lewis wins, and I stand by it, if Lewis wins this afternoon, it's one of the best wins of his career. Hands down. And I tell you what, he's got half a chance. He's got half a chance. You've got Leclerc with damage. So they're either going to put a new front wing on it, which is going to be like a 12-second pit stop, or he's going to be driving for another 35 laps with a bit of damage. Then you've got Sainz, who doesn't seem to be... I tell you what, Lewis has got half a sniff here. He's got half a chance. You got to remember, Lewis Hamilton has never gone a full season without winning a race. And he's won this race 8 times. I mean, as the two Ferraris within half a second of each other heading down to Copse on lap 18. Hamilton has not been out of the top 2 since 2012. Incredible record, isn't it, Donald? Incredible record that he's got round here. And he's pulling in the Ferrari, the leading Ferrari duo are being pulled in. What the hell? Look at that. He's in the background, is Lewis Hamilton. When you see that long shot of the Hangar Straight, here comes Lewis. He said Hamilton win. Yeah. You'd have been a brave man to predict a Hamilton win this weekend, I'll tell you that. But maybe it was more of a hope rather than a... maybe it was more heart than head. But you never know. You never know what can happen in this sport. And with Max with damage, Perez with damage in outer pit, Leclerc with front wing damage, and Sainz struggling a bit for pace. You never know. Yeah. Sainz getting the message of... Sainz getting the hurry up then on lap 19. Saying get on with it. Because Lewis is catching. Lewis is 3.3. Wow. Lewis is 3.3 behind Leclerc. Make that 3.2. Oh, he's catching. He's catching. Oh my God. If Lewis pulls it... If Lewis pulls this out of the bag, it might be the best win of his career. And what did Ferrari do? This is really interesting, this. Yeah, Sainz has been told. Yeah, Sainz has been told to... And look at Leclerc's not. What's to say that Leclerc's going to be absolutely rapid with an end fence missing off his front wing? You know, he's not exactly... if there was a health bar above Charles Leclerc, it wouldn't be full green. He's not 100% health. He's got damage. I tell you now, this is... and look at Lewis. 3.1. You should show the lap. I know I can't. Yeah, but I don't have a thing that automatically updates, man. Maybe one day, but because it'd have to be something that's linked, like or what, like every single lap I'm pressing a thing and changing and like having to edit a number every single time. It'd have to be linked, like on a live. I don't know. But yeah, one day when I figure it out how to do that, yeah, it'd be good to have what lap they're on. But I'll keep you updated. Lap 20 out of 52 that we're on. It'll have to be a verbal, thing for now. Right, so they're pitting Carlos Sainz from the lead then. There's Hamilton 3.1 behind. So, Carlos Sainz pits from the lead at the end of lap 20 then. I wonder if I was Mercedes, I wonder if I wouldn't have pitted then as well. But yeah, in comes race leader Carlos Sainz into the pits. Onto the hard tyres. Are they trying to do a one-stop? They got 30 laps? Yeah, I think they'll do that. I said two-stop was a bit... when they said it was going to be two-stop strategies, I was like, nah, they do one-stops round here. And it is looking like it's going to be a one-stop strategy. As Carlos Sainz back on the track then in P3, just ahead of Lando Norris, so perfect. Perfect for Carlos Sainz, not stuck behind anyone, clear track ahead. And yeah, back out onto the circuit on the hard tyres. Probably going to the end on them 30 laps. If you can do 20 laps on the softs, 20 laps on the mediums, then you can do 30 on the hard, I would presume. Bottas out of the race, it looks like. Bottas in the pits, looking like he's retiring. Looking like he's retiring from the British Grand Prix. He'll become the fourth retirement from this race after the horrendous first lap incident between Albon, Zhou and Russell. They're all out, and Valtteri Bottas joins that trio as being out of the race. I don't know why, but yeah, this is it. Leclerc front wing damage, man. And Lewis is catching him. Lewis is 2.5 seconds. Make that 2.4 behind Charles Leclerc. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is big. Yeah, they dangling that carrot for Lewis Hamilton, saying, giving him a team radio message saying, Leclerc's got a little bit of damage. They say Leclerc, I say Leclerc. I don't know. Leclerc. Charles Leclerc. It's probably correct pronunciation, but I'm not going to stand here and go Charles Leclerc for like the next foreseeable future. He's Charles Leclerc to me. But yeah, he leads the race, but Lewis is closing in. 2.2. Oh, this is so exciting, man. Lewis Hamilton closing the gap to race leading Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. Oh my God. He's got a good chance. I didn't think that Lewis would have a genuine chance at the win, but he has. He's 2.4. Just asking, yeah. One day we'll have a lap timer. Oh, one day. Yeah, you got to remember, I've only been doing this 3 months, you know. So I reckon I made good progress in 3 months. Battle for first, Leclerc leading Hamilton by 2 seconds. I mean, there is an argument to say, do you pit Lewis now though and get the undercut? Where's Sainz in relation to this? Sainz might be well ahead. Sainz is only 17 seconds behind Hamilton, and the pit stop's like 21, isn't it? 22. So Sainz is effectively got the lead, but towards the end of the race, obviously Hamilton and Leclerc will be on fresher tyres, with Sainz stopping earlier. So you don't know how it's going to pan out, but Lewis under 2 seconds now. I can't believe battle for the first, and it's Leclerc and Hamilton. Great job so far. Appreciate it, bro. And if you are enjoying the stream, everybody, please do drop me a like, because it really helps out the channel. It really helps me grow. Obviously, I'm new on the scene, and I want to get, I don't want to stall out, get to 150 subs or whatever, and then just stay on that forever. I need to be ripping through 200 subs. I need to be, things need to start progressing. So I appreciate everybody watching. Obviously, like I say, I am new on the scene, but we need all the interaction we can get. Get your opinions in the comments, get in the chat, smash the like, and then give it a year or two, and we'll hopefully have a bit of a following. And the crowd cheering on Lewis Hamilton. So we're just coming up to about halfway through the race here. Wow. And the race is on. Full push. Oh, this could be it then. So Leclerc could be pitting at the end of this lap. Oh, which is a bit of a disadvantage for Lewis. You don't want really Leclerc pitting first. But interestingly, did they bite the bullet and put a new front nose on Leclerc? I don't think they will they? Oh, Verstappen's being told to pit again. I tell you what, Verstappen might be about to retire. Oh, they're putting hard tyres on it, oh, mate. Max Verstappen's race is... I can't believe it. But Verstappen in the pits again. His race is ruined. Hamilton 1.4 now, the gap. As we see, we see Sebastian Vettel overtaking world champion Max Verstappen. Verstappen's definitely got a problem with that Red Bull. You're not overtaken by Vettel in the Aston Martin unless you've got a problem if you're driving a Red Bull. Max Verstappen's limping round with a car not at full fitness here, with a car not at full strength. But yeah, Vettel in P7. Go on, Seb. I've not even been through the proper order. Sorry, so it's we've got it on the board anyway. But Leclerc from Hamilton by 1.2 now. Sainz P3 after taking his pit stop. Lando Norris still up there in P4. No grips. That's Max Verstappen. Something wrong with that Red Bull. Alonso up there in P5. Go on, Fernando. Then you got Perez, who's out of kilter because he had a pit stop early on. Perez 6th. Sebastian Vettel, P7. I tell you what, Alonso and Vettel have done really well these last few races. You know, the old boys. Well, not that. I mean, Vettel's, 35 today, isn't he? But the old veterans are doing really well these last few races. Vettel and Alonso are getting the most out of their cars in the recently, since sort of like Monaco onwards. Vettel and Alonso have been doing bits. Look, it's under a second, the gap for the lead. I wonder if Leclerc dives into the pits. You don't want to be overtaken on circuit. But Lewis Hamilton leads the British Grand Prix on lap 26. Obviously, he's got a pit, but Martin Brundle wanted to say that, and I wanted to say that. So it's been said. He leads. Wow. Gareth Southgate. Welcome in, Gareth. Always back you, lad. I hope you don't get the sack. You know, one bad result for England and everyone wants you to get the sack. No, I back you. Welcome in. Where's the F1? 2022 British Grand Prix, my lad. Silverstone. We're halfway through. Latifi 9th. Lewis, I can't believe it. Latifi could get a point or two here. Oh, is Lewis going to go long? As Verstappen complaining about his car, but wow, the hard tyres not the one. So it's Hamilton from Sainz, from Leclerc, Norris 4th, Alonso 5th, Perez 6th, Vettel 7th, Verstappen 8th, Nicholas Latifi P9. But so Hamilton hasn't reacted immediately. Mercedes haven't reacted to the Ferrari coming in, and he's staying out. What are they going to do? Yeah, 32.6 for Lewis. What kind of lap times are the Ferraris doing on the new hard tyres? Wow. Lewis has got... I can't believe what's unfolding. Incredible. Max not happy at all, is he? Max is not happy one bit. I mean, the crowd loving it. You know, Lewis Hamilton leading the British Grand Prix. I just didn't expect this. And look at this. Predicted gap after the pit stop, nearly neck and neck. The projected situation is that if Hamilton was to pit right now, he'd come out virtually side by side with Leclerc for the lead. What? Can't believe it. Well, side by side with Leclerc, with Sainz in the lead. Oh my god. But what are they going to do? Black and orange flag for car 10. So obviously Gasly running around with damaged car. Oh god, Verstappen's day goes from bad to worse, complaining about the front wing and the rear wing. Not a good day for Max Verstappen. But potentially a fantastic day for Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton. Wow. You wonder whether this strategy of going like 23 laps and then going hard tight to the end, is that the optimal strategy? Maybe not. Maybe the way is to go long on the mediums, get to like lap. If Lewis can get to like lap 38 or something, and then go soft. Then go soft tyre for the last dozen or 14 laps. Maybe that's the way. Maybe that's what Mercedes are thinking. Maybe go medium deep into the race and go 35, 38 laps into the race. And then do 14 laps on the soft. Maybe that's what they're thinking for Lewis. I tell you what, Lewis on the old mediums is got the same pace as the Ferraris on brand new hard tyres. I tell you what, this is really hard to call who's going to win this out. If you can predict the order that they're going to finish in, Hamilton, Sainz and Leclerc, Mystic Meg, where are you? Because I have got no idea how this is going to pan out. I tell you what. Thing is, Leclerc again is going to come up behind Sainz. Sainz is holding Leclerc up again. What do Ferrari do? This is incredible. What strategy are they going to pull for Lewis though? I'm just wondering, because if oh my god, the thing is, if they pit Lewis now, he's kind of in no man's land. Yeah, if they pit him now and put the hard tyres on, yeah, his hard tyres will be 3-4 laps fresher, but it's kind of neither here nor there. I feel like with Lewis, they might as well just go another 10 laps and then put soft on. And even if he comes out in third, he might be rapid. Even if he comes out behind the Ferraris, he might be on a fresh set of soft tyres versus these guys on old hard tyres. Lewis could still win. So the gap's 18.1 between Hamilton and Sainz. That gap was 17.7. So they're sort of on par. Hamilton on 29 lap old medium tyres is matching the Ferraris on brand new hard tyres. So why pit him? Why pit him? Yeah, I think if you're Ferrari, let Leclerc go now. Yeah, I think if you're Ferrari, you let Leclerc go 3 laps ago. I don't know what this is about, man, but this is like... But then how are you giving that team radio message to Sainz? How are you telling him? Team radio. Right. So they give him a target lap time, and if you don't hit it, you're going to move out of the way for your teammate. Oh, it's so close. But what's it? Right. So yeah, Carlos is giving like a final warning. If you're not fast on this lap, you've got to let Charles go. And the gap's opening up. Hamilton is pulling away. This is crazy. The gap's 18.3. I mean, it's almost identical, isn't it? Because it was 17.7, the gap. It's now 18.3, 18.4. It's going to get into a realm where Lewis can take a pit stop and come out in the lead, and Ferrari can't afford for that to happen. Oh, Leclerc has a look into Stowe, but don't dive bomb your teammate. Oh, Leclerc's going to be fuming. Oh, look at how close this is. Oh, they're gonna have to move Sainz out of the way. The gap's 18.5. It's gonna get to the point where Lewis will take a pit stop and come out in the lead. Oh, Leclerc's looking to dive down the inside, but wow, Lewis, absolutely. Check times updating. Are they not? Oh, they're swapping. Leclerc takes second. Are the times not updating, Chris? Because obviously I'm not really watching the stream. Well, let me know. It doesn't. Maybe they're not. Shall I refresh it? But yeah, Ferrari have moved Sainz. Hang on. Oh yeah, it's stuck in it because it's still got Sainz P2. Right, I'll refresh it. I'll refresh it now before. I'll refresh it. Cheers, Chris. I'll refresh the thing. Sometimes it does this, so just bear with me. So yeah, I think they've done it like 2 or 3 laps. They should have moved out Sainz out of the way 2 or 3 laps before that, in my opinion. Right, live timing. Apologies for this, guys. It sometimes happens with the live timing that it glitches out and I have to just refresh it. So just bear with me. But yeah, Lewis is staying out. He's still not pitted. Right, here we go. Scroll down. Right. What are we saying about that? That should be it now. Yeah, Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz. There we go. Yeah, it looks like it's... we're back on. But yeah, Hamilton on 30 lap old medium tyres with the pace of the Ferraris. Wow. 20 laps to go, lap 32 out of 52 in the 2022. Lots of twos in the British Grand Prix. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think Lewis had a chance of winning today. But he's well within it. He's well got a chance. Well got a chance. Sound like a teenager, but it's well within reach, which I really didn't expect, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought Lewis would be lucky to get a podium, podium at best sort of situation. Oh, go on, Mick Schumacher into the top 10. Go on, Mick. Could this be the day that Mick Schumacher gets into the points? It should have been 2 weeks ago in Canada after qualifying 5th on the grid. But had reliability issues. Could this be the day that my man Mick Schumacher gets in the points, overtaking Nicholas Latifi? Hey, this is Mick's really big chance. I tell you what, with Gasly out as well, you've got 5 cars out. Albon, Zhou, Russell, Bottas and Gasly out. This is Mick's best chance to get a point or two. Look at Ricciardo down there in P13. He's not having a good afternoon, is he? Especially with Norris 4th. I mean, that's the discrepancy. You've got Norris 4th, Ricciardo 13th. What's going on? As cut to Kevin Magnussen down at Stowe. He's looking at... Oh, the thing is, Kevin Magnussen could take the point off. Kevin Magnussen could take the point off Mick Schumacher. Oh, God's sake. But Haas need to get in the points, though. They've not been in the points since, like, round 4. So, yeah, Haas need to start getting back in the points again, and it looks like they might do today with, if not one car, with both. So Lewis now pits from the lead on lap 34 out of 52. Hard tyre. I'd have loved him to go soft, but he's going hard. Oh, and it's this slow stop from Lewis Hamilton. Cost him a couple of seconds, 4.3 seconds stop. Oh, here come the Ferraris. He's going to be in third here. He's going to be in third. There goes Leclerc. There goes Sainz. Oh, and Daniel Ricciardo's in his way as well. Oh, it's kind of a bit of a... It's a bit of an anticlimax, I'm not going to lie, with Lewis Hamilton coming out like 5 seconds behind the Ferraris. On the hard tyre. If it had been on the soft tyre, and if it had been right on the rear wing of Sainz on the soft tyre, it would have been like, right, game on, but... I mean, to put a positive spin on it, Lewis's tyres are, 10 laps fresher, 8 laps fresher than the Ferraris. But I was hoping he'd come out of the pits in amongst the Ferrari battle, in amongst, splitting the Ferraris or something like that. His pace must have just dropped off a cliff in the last couple of laps. He's got Daniel Ricciardo in the way as well. But I say we're looking at a Ferrari 1-2 now with Lewis third. Unfortunately. if you're a Brit supporting on Lewis, unless Lewis has got like monster pace. But what have we got left? 15, 17 laps. Yeah. Doesn't look like it. Chris Wright not updating. It should be updating now, isn't it? Should be updating now. Doing a fantastic job. Cheers, Ernesto. Appreciate the positive feedback. Here's Lando Norris in the pits then from P4. That promotes Sergio Perez up. I wonder if Sergio is going to go to the end of the race. He had to do a pit stop early on like lap 5 for a new front wing, but it could end up being his one and only stop, and it could end up P4, could Sergio Perez. So Lando Norris comes back out then, P5 on the hard tyres. Alonso 6th, Vettel 7th. Verstappen's still running, obviously not happy with his car, obviously the Red Bull is damaged, but he's still running, he's still P8. To be honest though, Ferrari needed this. Ferrari needed this switch of fortune. I was saying on the preview that Leclerc desperately needs to win this race. And with Verstappen with some kind of damage, and he might not finish in the points. Verstappen, Ocon here, we're on board with Ocon closing in on Max Verstappen for P8. Verstappen could end up finishing the race outside the points. Leclerc potentially gets all 26 points if he gets fastest lap as well. And it really, what's the championship gap now? So you got Verstappen on 175 points. You got Leclerc on 126, so it's 50 points. 49 points behind Verstappen. If he can take 25 out of it, he halves the championship gap in one swoop. If it finishes something like what it is now, Leclerc needs to start closing that championship gap, because I feel like if Verstappen had won today, it's starting to become a bit of a big gap to close up. But this was the switch of fortunes that, to be perfectly honest with you, this was the switch in fortunes that Formula 1 needed. Unless you're a hardcore Verstappen fan, do you really want him turning up and just rocking up and winning every single race for the rest of the season? Well, maybe not. Maybe you want the Ferrari resurgence to put up a fight, And so far so good for Ferrari today, as Leclerc sets the fastest lap then with a 31.1. Sainz is now 3 seconds behind that, and Hamilton 3.3 behind Sainz. I think he's closing in. I think Lewis 10th by 10th is closing in on Carlos Sainz for P2. Yeah, he's 3 seconds now. Lewis is quicker than Sainz. Interesting. How long have we got? 13 laps? 14 laps? Look at this, and Esteban Ocon on the back of Max Verstappen through Maggots and Beckett's. Is he going to get him down into Stowe? Here he goes then. Esteban Ocon takes P8 off Max Verstappen in a Red Bull that's on limpo mode. Well, he's obviously not. It's obviously not a fully fit Red Bull, but still, Ocon will take that. And guess who's coming up behind him? Mick Schumacher in 10th, coming up behind Verstappen as well. Go on, Mick. Mick can get a couple of points here today. Never been in the points, Mick Schumacher, and probably my favourite driver on the grid. I'd love to see him do well. And these might be his first ever points in the Formula 1 World Championship today. Yeah, so Leclerc's pulling away. Leclerc is pulling away from Sainz. But Hamilton's closing in on Sainz, you know. Hamilton 2.4, 2.3. These fresh, hard tyres paying dividends. I thought it'd kind of be a bit of a... What do you call it when everything's equal? I thought it'd just be like a... Hamilton come out of the pits, they're all on hard tyres. I just thought it's going to be a bit of an equilibrium sort of situation. But no, Lewis is looking quick. Like, obviously his tyres are like 10 laps fresher. I didn't think it'd make that much difference with it being the hard tyre. But Lewis is looking rapid. 2 seconds the gap now between Hamilton and Sainz. As Leclerc pulls away in the lead. Leclerc's got a 4.1 second lead, but that gap's growing and growing. Wow. The floor is what's wrong with Max Verstappen's car. And here comes Mick Schumacher. Come on, Mick. You could have both Hasses in the points here. Mick's look at this. Verstappen's fancying a look back at Esteban Ocon. This is wild. Esteban Ocon, has he got a problem? He's having to defend and Verstappen's round the outside. Has Ocon got a problem? But Verstappen retakes P8 from Esteban Ocon down into Brooklands and Mick's all over the back of that. We got to go. Oh, Ocon's got a problem, yeah. I figured it. I figured that. Ocon's got a problem. He's looking like he's going to be the next retiree. I did predict that. Weirdly enough, I predicted Gasly and Ocon both not to finish. But yeah, Ocon grind into a hole, not on a good part of the circuit as well. He's on the old pit straight, heading down towards Cops. Yeah, you don't want to stop on the inside of Cops, bro. Oh, God. Head in hands for Otmar Safnauer, and it's a yellow flag. I wonder if we're going to get a safety car here. We could get a safety car. Lap 39, and Esteban Ocon's conked out on the old pit straight, and it is safety car. Where's my graphic? Boom, what we're saying. Let me get a green flag off. Right, safety car, lap 39 out of 52, with Esteban Ocon stopping out on circuit. Let me get live timings back. Oh, wow. Okay, Sainz and Hamilton are both in the pits. So Leclerc's carried on, I think. Is this right? Yeah, so Sainz and Hamilton have both dived into the pits on the back of this safety car announcement. Who's this gonna favour? I'll tell you. So yeah, so Sainz on the soft tyres, Hamilton on the soft tyres. Looks like Daniel Ricciardo's in as well with a yeah. This is bad for Leclerc. This is bad for Leclerc. He's going to have Sainz and Hamilton right behind him on brand new, shiny new soft tyres. Perez as well with a brand new set of shiny soft tyres. Oh my God. The tables turn again in the British Grand Prix. This race has had everything. It's a record crowd, is it? I'm not surprised, especially after like 2 or 3 years of COVID. I'm not surprised it's a record crowd this year. What's wrong? Well, why is it the wrong tyre? Lewis is like unsure that that's the right tyre. I'd say it's definitely the right tyre with because you're going to get, by the time the safety car comes back in, you're going to have like a 9-lap sprint to the finish, 8-lap sprint race. You're going to have Leclerc on old hard tyres in the lead, with Sainz, Hamilton and Perez on brand new soft tyres right behind him. Verstappen pits for the soft tyres as well. I hope this is still decent for for Mick and for Haas. Oh God, I can see Mick Schumacher dropping down the timing screens, and I don't like it. He's 11th. Don't be 11th. He's got Mick. Please get points today, please. This is your best chance ever. There's 6 cars out of the race. Ocon out, Gasly out, Bottas out, Russell out, Zhou out, Albon out. Only 14 remain with 12 laps to go, but we're good behind the safety car. Best race so far, I think, Rob. Well, this season. There's been a couple of good ones. The last few laps in Saudi Arabia was dramatic. Leclerc versus Verstappen. The last dozen laps of that. Last few laps in Miami was good. Perhaps it is. In terms of drama, yeah. I suppose Spain was dramatic, actually. Spain was a good race, surprisingly. I think between this and Spain for race of the season so far, yeah. I don't know. Spain was good though. You had Russell in the lead. You had Russell fighting for the lead in Spain. That was mad. But this is a good one. This is interesting. But look at that then. Alonso has ended up ahead of Lando Norris then. So they're all on the soft tyres behind Leclerc. So Leclerc's going to be on old hard tyres. And you've got Sainz, Hamilton, Perez, Alonso, Norris and Vettel all on brand new softs. Leclerc's going to have a job here to keep Sainz and Hamilton behind him for these last 8 laps that they're going to get. Morning, Sean. We're still going, lad. There was an hour delay, lad. Massive crash at the start. And a 1 hour red flag that I had to just blag my way through. And we've got a safety car now. Come on, Sainz, let's go. Sainz can still win. I tell you what, Leclerc's at a disadvantage here. He might be in the lead, but with Sainz and Hamilton on brand new soft tyres. This is going to be, put it this way, this is going to be an interesting sprint to the finish when the safety car goes in. Sounds like you on F1. Yeah, there was a big pile-up, lad. Horrendous crash. 6 cars out of the race, but 3 of them were out within 10 seconds of the race starting. Horrendous crash for Zhou Guanyu. One of the worst I've ever seen. But he's been stretchered away, and they're saying that he's alright. Thank God for that. This is it. Sainz is on the team radio now saying, I'm going to be a lot quicker than Charles. So the safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap. I tell you what, Sainz is going to be... I think it's what does Lewis do from here? 3rd place, right behind. Everyone's going to be nose to tail. They're all on the fresh soft tyres. Leclerc in the lead, but with the disadvantage of the tyres. Just fix your Xbox. That's good. Yeah, blaming the game yesterday. Oh, this game's shit. This game's rubbish. This game. I was like, nah, bro. It's you. But yeah, safety car's going to be in at the end of this lap, and then we're going to have like a 9-lap sprint to the finish. Yeah, I have, Donald. Yeah, I'm going to be starting a series on that on Tuesday night, all things being well. And if the frame rate, if the laptop can handle the streaming the game and it's looking smooth, then I'll be on Tuesday night. I'll have to do a few tests. Because if I'm running at 1 FPS, Nah, it ain't the one. So we'll see on that one. But the plan is to do a My Team career mode on F1 game, yeah, in between the real races, so I can get more content out on the channel, because doing a stream every 2 weeks, it's going to take me 20 years for the channel to grow. So it ain't the one. You've got to be doing more stuff. So yeah, safety car is going to come in and the race is going to be wild. Wow. Oh, here we go. Safety car's in and they're going to get under flat. Let me get that off the screen. Right. Here we go then. Oh my god, 9 lap sprint to the finish. Oh, look at how close they are coming out of the final couple of corners then. And Leclerc's bolted, green flag, and the race is back underway. But I tell you what, the two Ferraris have got the jump. I tell you what, Perez is looking at Lewis Hamilton down into turn 1, doesn't get the job done. But the two Ferraris are dusted, they're gone. It's Hamilton under pressure. It's Hamilton under pressure from Sergio Perez as they head into turn 3. And Perez is looking round the outside. They're side by side into turn 4, followed by Alonso and Norris. But look at Sergio Perez. And the Ferraris are side by side. The Ferraris are side by side heading down to Brooklands. Hamilton and Perez are side by side for third, but the Ferrari still. Oh my God. Sainz still in the lead. Oh my God, Sainz has overtaken Charles Leclerc and leads the British Grand Prix. And Perez has got past Hamilton as well. So it's Sainz, Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, Alonso P5. Oh my God, it's not worked out for Lewis. Carlos Sainz looking at his first ever Grand Prix win on those fresh soft tyres. On those fresh soft tyres, I can't believe Sergio Perez as well, looking rapid. Oh my God, look at Perez down the hanger straight. I tell you what, those hard tyres on Charles Leclerc is not paid. I tell you what, he's been left out to dry, Charles Leclerc, with this strategy. Everyone's going to do him in as Carlos Sainz pulling away at the front now. The end of lap 43 out of 52, and Carlos Sainz is just romping away at the front now, as it's going to be a train of cars behind Leclerc. You've got Leclerc holding up Perez, Hamilton, Alonso, Norris. This is a replay. This is a replay of Perez with a beautiful switchback on Lewis Hamilton out of turn 5. And the camera pans. Oh, unbelievable. Ferrari's going side by side into Brooklands. What a race we've had today. Keep losing the back end with no assists on. Yeah, it is a difficult. Wow. Hamilton and Perez are side by side again, going down the old pit straight. Oh, this race is mad. Oh, this is fantastic action. Oh, you don't want to be crashing there. What a bizarre race. Lap 44 out of 52, and the battle for P2 is on. Leclerc versus Perez versus Hamilton for P2. Oh, this is fantastic. I tell you what, Alonso's right there as well, and Lando Norris is right there as well in P6. Second through to 6th and nose to tail. But all this with Leclerc holding up Perez, Hamilton, Alonso and Norris. Sainz is dusted. He's got a 2.5 second lead. Sainz is looking at his first ever win in Formula 1. Go on, Lewis. Down into turn 3. Yeah, I tell you what, if Perez and Hamilton can get past Leclerc, they could have a charge at Sainz. Yeah, Perez being told, let's get Leclerc. Perez has got the instruction. You've got to get this move done. But Lewis is rapid. Oh, look at this. Going to be so close into Copse to come down the old pit straight again with 7 laps to go. Oh, what a race this is, honestly. Down into Maggots and Beckett's. Wow, I tell you what, Leclerc is so off the pace in these hard tyres that Alonso and Norris can keep up. Mick Schumacher's P8 as well. Oh, here comes Perez down the hanger straight. Oh, Perez down the inside into Stowe. Oh, the side by side. Leclerc cuts in. Oh, they're still side by side. What a race into the last chicane. Oh, God. Leclerc's got the inside line. Oh, Perez cuts across the track. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. A double overtake. Lewis Hamilton, 2 positions. What the hell? The crowd on his feet. Hamilton pulls off a double overtake on lap 46 up into P2. This is incredible. Perez down the inside. Oh, Perez down the inside. Hamilton pushed Hamilton wide. Here comes the Ferrari. I can't believe this is one of the best races I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Hamilton back into 5th. Hamilton back down to P4. I'm going to have no voice left. I'm going to have absolutely no voice left. And I couldn't give 2 absolute fucks. This is amazing. This is the best race. This is going down. This is going down in history. This is going down in history. This is, oh, Hamilton's been pushed off. And here comes Fernando Alonso. Alonso having a look at Lewis Hamilton going down to Copse. What the hell is going on? This is as good as the channel will ever be. How there's only 20 people, there should be 1 million people in chat right now. How there's only 20, this is the best the channel's ever going to be, so they're all dead. I can't believe this. I can't believe what is going on here. The battle for P2 is just nuts. Perez, Leclerc, it's oh my God. Sainz has got a 4-second lead now. With Perez, Leclerc, Hamilton, Alonso and Norris, it's just all out war. This, I've never seen a race this good, man. This is fantastic. Wow. It's just ridiculous. Hamilton pulling off the double move. What the hell is going on here? Fantastic action, man. We're just seeing replays now, and then Perez fully sending it, pushing Lewis wide. Then Leclerc takes full advantage of that, goes round the outside in turn 4. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with any of it. You know, there's no room for complaints. This is fantastic. You can't be, oh, he pushed him off. Mate, it's all out war. I love it. Look at this. Cut to live action with 5 laps to go, and Hamilton right all over the back of Charles Leclerc. How Perez has ended up P2 in this race is nuts. You know, Perez was in the pits getting a new front wing after 5 laps. Oh my God. Here comes Lewis then round the outside into Stowe. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Lewis having a look at the podium. Is he going to dive down the inside of the chicane? Leclerc defends. Hamilton round the outside. Careful, don't. Oh my God. You have 5 laps to go. Sainz leads Perez by 3.7 seconds. Leclerc just about hangs on to 3rd. It's Hamilton 4th. Alonso P5 right there as well. Is Lando Norris in 6th. Oh, what is going on? Come on, Lewis, you've got to get the job done. Heading down into Brooklands. Lewis has got DRS. Oh, God. Oh, he's trying around the outside of Brooklands. They go side by side, does Lewis and Leclerc. Oh, Leclerc's offline. And Hamilton's trying around the outside. Round the outside of Luffield. Oh, Lewis Hamilton's got the job done. But the Ferrari's going to have the inside line. He cuts him off. Lewis Hamilton into 3rd position on lap 48. Oh, the side-by-side into the... Oh, God, the side-by-side into Copse. And Leclerc's got the position back. Oh, my God, this is incredible. This is incredible. This might be the best British Grand Prix ever. Oh, look at this. Here comes Lewis then. Down into Stowe. What a race. I tell you what, if you're there, you're very lucky to be there at this race. This is fantastic. And Lewis now definitely got that third position. Leclerc ain't getting it back now. On lap 49, Lewis Hamilton takes P3. I tell you what, yeah, Alonso and Norris are looking at the back of Leclerc as well. This race is not over yet. Lap 49 out of 52. Sainz leads by 2.5 seconds over Sergio Perez. And Hamilton's chasing Perez now for second. Leclerc now down to fourth with Alonso and Norris all over the back of him on their fresh soft tyres. Oh, Jesus. What the hell? I know. Dimitri, Max must win. I don't know if you've been watching Dimitris, but Max has got a damaged car and he's in P7. He's got no chance of winning. Absolutely no hope. Max is in the bin today, lad. Unfortunately. Come on, Max. You've clearly not been watching the race. I ain't updating you on the last 51 laps. You'll have to watch it back, but Max ain't got it today, lad. Oh, wow. What a race we have had for P2. The Leclerc versus Hamilton has been fantastic here in the last few laps. Giving himself just about enough room. Wow. Go on, Mick Schumacher. Oh, don't crash though on lap 49. Schumacher's looking at a P7 here. Mick Schumacher's looking at a P7. Verstappen with that with the injured Red Bull with losing. He reckons he's got a damaged front wing and a damaged rear wing, does Max Verstappen, fighting off Mick Schumacher for P7. Wow. This race has had it all. This race has had it all. Just saw a video of that crash on Insta. Yeah, JJ. 1 hour red flag, JJ. 1 hour I had to bridge a gap and talk about nothing whilst they sorted that out. That was a bad one. But wow, I mean, it's so worth it in the end. This last 10 lap sprint has been immense. Absolutely immense. This race will go down in history. Unbelievable. Go on, Mick. I mean, did you expect to see Mick Schumacher battling Max Verstappen today for P7? No. No is the answer to that. No one expected that. But Max with a limping Red Bull is under pressure. Unbelievable. You think Hamilton could get second? It's a big ask. It's a big ask from there. It's 1 point. He is closing in on Perez, slowly but surely, but with only 2.5 laps to go, he might run out of laps on that one. But still, to get on the podium, Lewis Hamilton has had a hell of a race. What a hell of a fight we've had between... I mean, what a hell of a fight we've had between the top guys. I mean, yes, sometimes you see fights for like P10 and P12 and that, but to be even at the beginning, they were like 4 wide in turn 4 for the lead and stuff. This race has been... This has been a 10 out of 10 race, this. Unbelievable. Yeah, he's on limpo mode, him, Chris. He's not he's not had the good fortune today. But Leclerc down in 4th. You know, I was saying Leclerc needed to win this race. And it ain't. You're looking at Carlos Sainz with a lap and a half to go, who's going to pick up his maiden victory in Formula 1. And what a race to do it at as well. What a hell of an afternoon. And long stream. What are we, 2.5 hour stream? But it's been worth it in the end. Oh, I don't know if Mick's going to be able to... They've all spread out now. They've all sorted out the positions. But Alonso's still on the back of Charles Leclerc, you know. Alonso fancies P4. I was saying Alpine to look strong, man. And I fancy Alpine to beat McLaren in the constructors. And Alonso pulling away from Lando Norris and challenging Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari for 4th place. On to the final lap of the British Grand Prix, and it's Carlos Sainz who leads by 4 seconds, who's looking down the barrel of his first ever win. Good God, what a bloody race this has been. Yeah, Carlos Sainz does deserve this. Does deserve it, man. He's had some bad luck. He's had some bad reliability. He's made some mistakes. But Carlos Sainz really deserves it today. And here comes Mick Schumacher round the outside of Max Verstappen in Brooklands. Oh, go on. Just like your dad. Go on. Whoa. Oh, my God. So close to contact with Verstappen on the final lap. Verstappen pushed him way off the circuit. But Schumacher just... You've got 4 points in the bag here. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away, Mick. It's your first ever point. What a day. Sainz first ever win. Schumacher first ever points. Hell of a battle between Hamilton, Perez, Leclerc and Alonso. Oh, you take it every day. What a race this has been. And Carlos Sainz. It's not been a straightforward race. It's going to sound like it in the papers. Pole to flag. Pole yesterday, and Carlos Sainz wins the 2022 British Grand Prix in Sergio Perez second, which is an incredible drive. And this side by side, Schumacher and Verstappen. Go on then, Mick. Oh, it's a sprint to the line. Oh, so close. Max takes P7. Mick Schumacher 8th. I am dead. What a race. Unbelievable. Mick Schumacher gets his first points. Schumacher picks up 4 points in P8, but it's Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, amazing to be on the podium. Hamilton on fastest lap as well. Leclerc P4, who needed to win, but P4 it was in the end. Alonso with a great drive in 5th. Lando Norris 6th. Max Verstappen P7 in the end, with the car not on full form. Mick Schumacher getting finally Mick Schumacher in the points with a P8. Sebastian Vettel P9 for Aston Martin, and both Haas's in the points then, with Kevin Magnussen getting a P10. Wow, what a that will in all likelihood be the best race of the season. So if you have been watching, I really do appreciate it, guys. Drop a like for one of the best races ever. Especially that last chunk, that last dozen laps. Smash the like. And listen, get yourself subscribed, because this season is just hotted up a treat. Wow. And Mercedes have got the pace. You know, from now on we could have 6 cars fighting for each victory. Mercedes are there now. They've caught up. They've officially, it's taken 10 races. But Mercedes have now caught up, and Hamilton had a good chance of winning that race. Finishes 3rd in the end, but what a flipping. Right, I'm going. It's been over 2.5 hours, and I'm going to go and get something to eat and chill and rest my voice for next week. I'll come back for Austria. Hello, and welcome to the Austria Grand Prix. British Grand Prix was too exciting. No, I've got to be careful, because I've had problems with my voice in the past, but what a race. Mick Schumacher battling Verstappen as well at the end. Epic stuff. Right, boom, Sainz. Right, I'm going to chill and watch the podium and just soak that in. That was incredible. I mean, the fans are so lucky to be like, the people that were actually there, mate. What a show they've had. That last 10 laps, superb. Right, nice one, guys. Where's the thing? Oh, guys, right. I'm going. All things being well, I will be on Tuesday night on the F1 2022 game. Doing a bit of my team career mode or general career mode. if the game runs smoothly on my, with the laptop and everything, if the game runs smoothly, then I'll be on Tuesday night for some F1 games. So if you are interested in that, do join me on Tuesday evening, probably about 7 p.m. For that, if I can get it working reliably, and all the rest of it with my Wi-Fi and all that. I don't think it might not run smoothly, so we never know about that. But that's the plan anyway, to start a series on the F1 game that's just come out in the last couple of days. But yeah, other than that, I'll be back for the Austrian Grand Prix next weekend, starting from Friday practice. So yeah, join me next weekend if I'm not on for the F1 game. We'll see how we go with the F1 game. But yeah, cheers everyone, take care, drop a like and get yourself subscribed, because this is where it's at. When it comes to Formula 1, this is where it's at, guys. So yeah, peace out, and see you for the Austrian Grand Prix. Amazing race. What a race. Whew. Incredible. What a race that was. Peace.